Hi, Timothy Carlson here. I'll never get tired of the Sailor Moon anime and manga, and Viz has been reissuing the show with a newer dub for the past decade, and some of these releases have included the 3 movies. And now, Viz has given us a reissued release of the 3 movies in one smaller, convenient pack. So I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. This is the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon 3-film collection, 1993 to 1995. Cover art there with our heroes. There's the spine text. Back cover has pictures of the 3 movie covers. Now, there is a misprint on the back cover here. If you look right here, it says 4:3 aspect ratio. The TV show episodes of Sailor Moon are 4:3, but these movies were made for viewing in movie theaters, so they're actually 16:9 widescreen. We'll talk a little more about that later in the review. Under the slipcover, we actually have some different art, so I appreciate the fact that they mixed that up and the slipcover wasn't just a carbon copy of the inside. And one thing that becomes very obvious when you open this, there's a major difference from the prior releases of the movies. They're all on one disc, so this isn't just a reissue of existing discs. This is all 3 movies on one disc, plus the 2 specials that were included in those as well. Inside the package, you have pictures of the 3 movie posters as well. The original Sailor Moon anime ran for 5 seasons, and the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th season each had their own movies. The Sailor Moon R movie revolves around Mamoru reuniting with his old childhood friend Fiore and a promise that they made to each other long ago, but it quickly becomes clear that Fiore is not what he seems and is under the control of some sort of evil entity. The Sailor Moon S movie revolves around Luna falling in love with a handsome male astronomer, but it's not long before an evil ice witch comes to Earth. The Sailor Guardians have to spring into action while Luna struggles with her personal feelings. And the Sailor Moon Supers movie revolves around Pied Pipers of sorts abducting children and taking them away to a dreamland where they'll rest in dream coffins and remain children for all eternity. So, of course, once again, the Sailor Guardians have to set a plan into action to stop them. The Sailor Moon movies, of course, they're just side stories. They're not part of the actual plot of the TV series, and they probably don't even really fit in with the main plot. Kind of similar to the Dragon Ball Z movies, but just the same. These run about an hour each, so maybe about the length of 3 standard episodes, and they are quite entertaining for what they are. These characters, we've come to grow and love them over the decades, and these movies certainly give them a chance to show off and do what they do best. And the movies combine everything that you've come to love about Sailor Moon, including, romance, drama, comedy, action, a little bit of everything in between. They're a solid viewing experience, and I always have a fun time going back and watching these. I'm not going to get too terribly into breaking the individual movies down. I've done separate reviews for the individual movies. I'll throw a link to those up above if you want to check those out when you're done watching this video. From what I can tell, these are probably the same masters that were used for Viz's prior releases of the movies, and that's not a bad thing. They all look pretty clear, pretty well detailed. The colors are pretty bright and bold. And despite having 3 movies and 2 specials on the disc, I didn't notice any compression or anything like that. They all look pretty solid to me, and I have no substantial complaints. Now, one thing I do want to clear up, there's a lot of people on Amazon that are review bombing this, saying it's terrible because the movies are cropped and the package says that they're 4:3. The 4:3 thing on the package is a misprint, that is true, but you have to keep in mind that these movies were actually animated open matte with the assumption that they would be cropped for 16:9 widescreen movie theater screens. So people don't understand that they're actually intended to be viewed in this ratio. That was always the intention. I mean, a lot of animation is done open matte with the intention of cropping it for the movie theater screen. Even a lot of theatrical feature films are shot open matte and then cropped for their theatrical aspect ratio. So anyone that's saying this is not the intended ratio for these films is wrong. They are in the ratio they're intended to be in, although again, the 4:3 thing on the package is a misprint. As far as bonus features go, in addition to the 3 films, we get those 2 specials. We get the Make Up Sailor Guardian special and the Amy's First Love special. Now, the Sailor Guardians Make Up special, the picture quality is not that great. It looks almost standard definition, although the latter special fares much better. One minor issue I do need to bring up with this release, however, it does not include the cast and crew interviews that were on the individual releases. So if you have the individual releases, I would hold on to those and not buy this particular release. But if you don't already own the movies on Blu-ray and you want to get them in one place, this is certainly a good place to do it. So I can give this release a recommendation to anyone who's a fan of Sailor Moon and doesn't already own the Blu-rays. But again, if you already own the prior Blu-rays, you don't need this release. How about you? Are you a fan of Sailor Moon? Did you pick up the movies on Blu-ray? Do you have the individual ones, or did you get this package of all 3 movies? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.